Welcome to the college football playoff. The season's had plenty of ups and downs, and all the drama has led up to this point, the first round of the 12-team playoff. And a home field advantage for one side. This place is rocking. And our matchup tonight sets up a potential Cinderella story. The last team to qualify for this 12-team playoff on the road against a team that likely believes it should be resting and watching this first-round game on TV. This is a dangerous spot for the home team and a chance for the underdog to spring an upset and move on to the quarterfinals. As we'll see the number 11 seed in this playoff, the Florida Gators, taking on the number 6 seed in the playoff, the Alabama Crimson Tide. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined as always by Kirk Herbstreit. We have been waiting for this, the college football playoff with an on-campus environment. Can't wait to get this going. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. The offense will start at the 25. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? Gonna run it. It's Haynes. That's a nice wrap up there by the junior.
The defensive coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Scanning the field. It's Simpson. Quarterback moving out of the pocket, trying to create. Working for the tight end, and it's caught. He's swarmed by the defense.
Boy, that's pretty good coverage here by this defense. Not much of a window to throw this ball into, but the quarterback's accuracy and the size of the tight end picks up a nice gain.
They'll try to keep the opening drive going here. It's third down and 2. Try and muscle for the first down. Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play.
Boy, with all this build-up and hype of this playoff game, this defense has got to do a better job at the line of scrimmage. That's another first down. They had their chance there on third down, but they do not want this to become an ongoing trend against this offense. They're just too good.
Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. They don't block the defensive end. It shows some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
On the run here, taking a deep shot. Catch is made way down inside the 30. They bring him down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big game.
You know, Chris, if we would have told Bear Bryant that Alabama would have a wide receiver that won a Heisman in recent years, I don't think he would have believed us. But that's where we are. They've been some great ones in the past, and we're seeing some great...
Will he score here? All the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Bama. Now here comes the point after attempt. BAT is good. They jump in front, 7-0. Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away. He'll bring it out from his end zone. And it'll be tackled right at the 20. That's a good job by the coverage team. Listen to the crowd energy here in the early going. This is a tough environment for visitors. Looking downfield, it's Lagway. The pass rush closing in. Finds that big tight end for a short pass. And a big game before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. A quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback. Then he gets it down to the tight end. You can see what he can do after the catch.
First down, looking to throw the football. Looking for his big tight end. Pass is caught right near the sideline. What a catch, does get the foot down.
Good job here to be able to get a foot down. That was awfully close to being out of bounds, but no, he's in.
Big guys up front lined up. It's first down. From the shotgun, he's probing the secondary. Gets the ball up as he's hit, but it's incomplete.
Man, you got to love this if you're a defensive coordinator. It's all about affecting the quarterback and getting pressure on him. This time they got to him and forced that incompletion.
Now it's second down here. Back to throw again. That's caught. It's Hawkins. They bring him down, but a big chunk of yardage on the play.
I love how this quarterback is finding this slot receiver. Not only is he tough to handle, but it's what he's doing after the catch. He has such wiggle and quickness. He's tough to bring down, and you see more positive yards after the catch here.
Tackle made after just a short gain. To the line on second down. This is important. They want to avoid a third and long. The quarterback's got it on the option. He'll toss it to the back. And he'll make it in for the score. Touchdown, Florida.
Well, that's an example right there of what vision and patience and ability can do for a running back. He was on a mission to get into the end zone, and really, he made it look easy.
Kicking team on now for the extra point. And there's the point after.
Kick is good. That ties the game at 7.
Now the kickoff team is out on the field. Bringing it out. It's Hale. And he's brought down at the 16. Would have been better off leaving it in the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Alabama offense onto the field. The last possession was a passing game clinic. They moved it right down for a touchdown. Can they keep it going? Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
That's just not a whole lot of options here for this quarterback on the RPO. The defense, give them credit. They did a nice job of sniffing it out. Wouldn't be surprised if the quarterback is second-guessing that decision of giving it to the back instead of pulling that and either running it himself or maybe making a nice throw.
With the catch, it's Young. It's a solid gain. Moves the ball out to the 28.
You know, Chris, you think about it, efficiency has always kind of been the description of a great Alabama quarterback. Man, think about the playmakers that they've had over the last few years at this position. Jalen, Tua, Bryce Young recently. Just a different level of quarterback play and really gives this offense edge to it.
They trust the left side of that offensive line and come up with a huge play on the ground.
Yeah, your favorite, Chris, there. The old pin and pull there, the left side. Great blocking on the left side, able to create a great push. Nice crease in the back, found that with the vision and picks up some big yards for that first down. Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Back to pass. It's Simpson. They got him. Defense comes up with a sack.
Boy, good job here getting into the backfield and coming up with this sack here by the defensive line from the Florida Gators. And, Chris, you think about Florida, you think about defensive linemen, you think about an incredible history and legacy that they've had over the years. Start with Javon Kearse, the freak, what he was able to do, and Kevin Carter, all the sacks he came up with. Dante Fowler, such speed off the edge. Even Derek Harvey, boy, he had an incredible year in 06 when the Gators won the national championship. And we're still seeing them dominate the line of scrimmage today.
They bring the punter onto the field now.
Number 91 on to kick it away.
So here we go, first play of the quarter. The offense has a first down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. On the run here, lets it go. And the junior quarterback inaccurate that time, threw it behind the receiver.
From the snap of the ball, it looked like he knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football. But the guy just had him blanketed, and he still tried to get the ball squeezed in there. He's got to do a better job of working through his progressions to find that open man.
So after the incompletion, it's second down. Pre-snap motion from the offense. Looking to pass here on second down. Receiver makes the catch, and he will make the first down. Tackled at the 26.
Boy, another positive game for this offense, and this quarterback continues to show how dangerous he is when he has time to throw. The defensive coordinator's got to change up his looks, maybe bring in the blitz, anything they can do to get this quarterback out of this rhythm.
To the air, it's Lagway. Goes to his right side there for the completion. They tackle him at the 38. Solid gain. Nice play there.
Chris, that's another positive game for this offense, and this quarterback continues to show why he's had such a great year this year. When he has time to throw, he gets his feet set. He's as accurate as any quarterback in the country.
Here's the option play. Throws a stiff arm. Solid gain, moves the ball to a 43. Second down after that run on the previous play. On the run, it's Daniels. And he's brought down, but there is a flag on the field. So let's check this call. Offense moving backwards after that holding penalty. Important second down play coming up. Quarterback drops back. We're going to test the secondary. But they can't make the connection. Ball's incomplete.
Well, this quarterback and his receivers have got to get on the same page. They've got to find a rhythm if they want to move the ball down the field.
They come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Looking to throw it on third and very long. That one falls incomplete. They tried to press it deep, but now it brings up fourth down.
Well, it looked like the quarterback had everything that he needed there. Had great protection. Receiver ran a nice route. Just not able to convert there on that third down. Let's see what their decision is on fourth down coming up.
And on fourth down, the punter sends it away. The coverage seemed able to bring the returner to the ground. Alabama's offense coming back onto the field. The last possession, they were forced to kick it away. Can they finally get things going this time? Try to run it up the middle, but get nothing.
Well, the defensive line does their job eating up those double teams, freeing up the backers to make the play.
Offense getting set up. Here's second down. Looking to throw. It's Simpson. Quarterback escapes the pocket. Now trapped behind the line. It'll be a short loss.
Chris, that's on the offensive line right there. They definitely have to be feeling responsible because it's almost like you didn't protect your little brother back there.
Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. Play action fake. Looking to throw. Fires it to the wideout. He makes the grab. They make the stop, but a big gain puts him in enemy territory. Ball spotted at the 48.
Well, this receiver has just that combination of speed and natural ball skill ability to be able to come up with play after play. Already over 50 yards here in this first half.
Alabama getting set for the 1st and 10 now. Handoff heading left. Breaking free at the 35. Oh, and he breaks free. It's a foot race. They're not going to get him. He's in. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
This all week I wondered if this back might get loose and come up with a big play like this. The defense had their back turned, couldn't really see where he was. By the time they realized it, he just had too much speed, and he's able to take it to the end zone.
Getting set to kick the ball off now. And the return man decides to signal fair catch. The Florida offense retakes the field. Well, it's been an entertaining first half. Not much time remaining to cut into this lead. The pocket breaking down. Running back has it on the screen now. Breaking free at the 35. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
Boy, this is great execution here on this screenplay to the running back to pick up big yards in the first down. I think in the process, Chris, they send a message to the defense. You can rush our quarterback all you want, but when you do, you better be careful because we're going to throw the screen on you.
And heads out of bounds after a decent gain.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
Punt over the middle. It's Daniels. They bring him down, but not before he gains first down yardage.
One thing I love about this back is how he gets involved in the passing game. Nice catch here.
Fresh set of downs for the offense after that first down completion. Looking to pass. It's Lagway. Running out of time in the pocket. The sophomore able to get home with the sack. Timeout is called to talk strategy late in this close game with halftime approaching.
A really good job by this defense. The quarterback looked to be trying to work through his progressions to find his open receiver, but before he knew it, he's on his back.
Moving the receiver around pre-snap. Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. Looking for his big tight end. It's a highlight reel diving catch there.
Another great play by this receiver. And I tell you, the offensive coordinator is doing a nice job of moving him around. The defense knew coming into this game how tough he'd be to stop, but the way they're utilizing him is making it very challenging to be able to create the matchups that the defense wants.
And it's incomplete even on a first down throw. He was under some heavy pressure. Incomplete, so it's second down and 10. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. Using his legs on the scramble. Avoiding the sack, but the scramble results in just a very short gain. And a player is down injured after that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check him out. So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. Third and long. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. He's a wide open receiver, complete. And he's brought down, but that strong, stiff arm helped him to a first down.
Chris, there's a lot of pressure on this offense here early in this game. They're down early, third down and long. Nice job of protecting. The last thing they want to do is have to punt this ball away. So instead, quarterback has time. Nice throw.
Touchdown, Gators. Strong game by this quarterback. Well, this college football playoff game is all tied up, and Kirk, it's beginning to feel a little bit like a shootout.
Yeah, it is. It's a battle of the offenses. Both these teams right now executing flawlessly, and they're doing so with such high stakes, answering one score with another. Neither team is backing up 1 inch.
And they'll set up for the PAT. And it's good.
The extra point is good. That time's beginning.
So the offense gets momentum, scoring before halftime. Now the kickoff. We'll see if the defense can get a stop and preserve that momentum. Fielded in the end zone. It's Hale. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. offense has been clicking, scoring touchdowns in their last possessions. A pop pass on the jet sweep. He's past the 30. Breaks clear. End zone ahead. At the 20. Inside the 10. Takes it all the way to the house. Touchdown. Tie. But they'll try to add the lead now with the PAT. He knocked through the extra point. The lead is 7, 21-14. So the offense getting some momentum before halftime with a touchdown. Now they kick off and hopes the defense can get a quick stop. Well, he thought about coming out, but instead takes a knee and will bring the football to the 25-yard line. About 30 seconds remaining here in the first half. It'll be 1st and 10. Dropping back. It's Lagway. He's looking to scramble. And the defense says, not again. They wouldn't let him get loose for the scramble. Brought him down for a short game. And the offense will call a timeout. That's their second of the half. What's the play call here on 2nd down for this offense? And the wideout goes in motion. They look to throw it here on 2nd down. Looking for his big tight end. Catch made down the left side. An explosive play. That's a big game before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks. More than enough for a 1st down.
The defense is spread all over the field, creating some one-on-one matchups, and the quarterback makes them pay for it.
The offense really clicking against this embattled defense. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. But they don't make the connection. That one is incomplete.
Well, they don't make the completion here. The timing seemed to be off between the quarterback and the receiver. But, man, this defensive coordinator, he may want to consider getting more pressure on this quarterback by changing some things up. You've got a lot of time back there to throw the ball. And eventually, it's going to cost you.
Incomplete. 2nd down coming up. And the quarterback dropping back. And the pass is complete to the tight end. In a big game before he goes out of bounds, the offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Well, that's exactly what you need to do as a receiver in these kind of situations near the end of the half. Get some positive yards, but also stopping the clock is just as important.
So the offense takes the field in the final seconds of the half. Chance for just a couple more plays. First down, looking to throw the ball. And that one's incomplete with just 7 seconds left on the clock. Second down after the incompletion. To throw, it's Lagway. And he's going to fling it deep, going for it all here. And it's picked off in the end zone. And he's got some open field ahead. Tackled after the interception, and that will be the final play of this first half. The minute's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it down to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. Alabama will kick it off to start the second half. Here's the fair catch by the return man. And the Florida offense is back out on the field now. It's an option look. Breaking free at the 35. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
Just outstanding execution here by the quarterback and being patient in the option game and eventually picking up the first down and showing what he can do with his legs. Something that the Gators love to do is incorporate that option game just to keep that defense honest.
Brought down, but it's past the line to gain.
It's a good call against man coverage, but the execution made the play there.
Pass complete for a first down. The offense gets a fresh set of downs. Short throw complete to the tight end. They bring down the receiver, but that's a nice gain on that play.
And here the tight end shows off his hands for a nice gain. Love to see the big man get his touches.
Offense getting set. Second down play here. Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. And that one's picked off. What a play. It's a short return, but a takeaway for this defense.
Well, this defense has been great the entire football game here. They knew they had a lot of pressure on them in the playoff. They stepped up and played well all game long, and now they get a critical interception here late in this game.
Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Well, that was that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
They'll actually lose yardage after the catch. The defense all over in that time.
Well, that's one of those plays that works better against certain defensive looks, but not every defense is the same. They were all over that one. Let's see if they continue to attack to the outside on the perimeter to set something up downfield.
Well, a serious challenge for this offense. You don't want to be in 3rd and long inside your own 20. How much of a risk will they take to try to pick up this first down? Grab down the middle. It's Haynes. Defense finally brings him down, but a nice chunk play.
Think about this, Chris. These guys have been working since January of last year to get ready for a dream season. They've had that. Now they're here so close into the postseason and the playoff, working with the lead. It comes down to a 3rd down. They do their job, convert. Now they keep working that clock and getting so much closer to advancing to the next round.
They try the middle, but gain nothing on that play.
Well, the back just had nowhere to go. How about the defensive line? They eat up all the blocks up front, freeing those linebackers up to be able to make the play. Just a bad play all around for this offense.
Second down after that previous play. Quarterback adjusting now to the defense. Thrown quickly, caught in the right flat. To get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion.
Just a good job here by the quarterback. Got the ball out to his receiver. His guy eats up some yards, and they stay ahead of the sticks.
The offense now facing a 3rd and long from the 26. Got to avoid a mistake here. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Quarterback escapes the pocket and takes off. And that's incomplete. They weren't afraid to let it fly, but it brings up a 4th down.
Well, the defense better be aggressive here themselves. Clearly, we're seeing an approach by this offense that they're going to attack downfield. Probably saw something in the first half that they could take advantage of. They come out early and try to hit it for a big one.
Offense retakes the field. They had some good things going on the last drive, but it ended suddenly with the pick. Let's see what they can do here. Tackle up near midfield at the 48.
Hey, listen, you don't always have to have big plays to be successful. It's a nice, solid gain here. Keeps you on schedule, and you get ready for that next play.
The gain makes it 2nd and medium. Looking to throw. It's Lagway. Gets made on the out route. Finds room at the 30. Tackle is made, but it's a big gain. He'll move the ball to the 25-yard line.
Gain of
Chris, all
20
week they heard about how fast this guy is. The defensive coordinator told them they watched the film. They've seen this guy a lot, but I think the reality is seeing it now in person, I think it's surprised them. They've got to make some adjustments to their defense, or this guy and his speed will continue to have a field day.
Touchdown, Florida. This quarterback on fire today. That's another passing strike from this quarterback. He is having himself a tremendous ballgame.
Boy, this guy just can't miss. Every single time he throws, it seems like he's coming up with another touchdown. The receivers are running good routes. He has enough time to throw. And, man, this poor defense, they might want to think about changing up coverage because right now it is not working.
He knocks through the PAT and ties the score here in the third period. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. He'll return it from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 20. Tried to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. Here comes the Crimson Tide offense onto the field. They were forced to punt last time. Can they get this offense going finally? Get some points out of this possession. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in third down. What's an offense doing on third down? But I think what's also important is how well do you defend first down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that first down.
So a tricky situation here. Third and very long inside your own 20. How much of a risk do you take? You know, this defense could be very aggressive at this moment. Looking downfield, it's Simpson. Quick throw to his receiver. Incomplete for a third straight play.
Boy, this is all about the defense here. Nice stop here on third down, but really it's about trying to get this offense behind the sticks. Once you get them behind the sticks, you can mix up your coverages, really affect the quarterback's eyes and disrupt the timing and the rhythm of what the offense is trying to do. Now we've got another big fourth down coming up.
The Florida offense retakes the field. They were able to punch it in the end zone last time, looking to do the same thing here to see if the defense can make adjustments. They get him down, but not before he gets to the plus 38.
Chris, what I love here is just a vision by the running back, showing great patience. The hole opens up, and then he's able to use his speed to pick up some good yards.
That run picks up first down yardage, a fresh set of downs for this offense. Takes the handoff. It's Daniels. That's the spin move. And that's a solid gain before the defense able to bring him down. Here we go. First play of the quarter. Offense setting up for a second down play. From the shotgun, drops back. Makes a quick catch. Makes the defender miss. Forced out of bounds, but a nice gain there. And the offense will have a first and goal. And that completion, Kirk, puts him over 300 yards passing today.
Yeah, anytime a quarterback has a day like this, really it all has to come together with the offensive line play, the receivers running these great routes, and he's just in sync. He's kind of in that zone right now, and he'll be the first one to tell you how much his teammates have helped him out today.
So the ball moved back to the 12 for second and goal. Try to run it with the option. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Man, I really thought on second goal you might see the offensive coordinator elect to throw the ball, but instead try to catch the defense napping by running. Man, does it backfire.
The offense has been moving backwards here. Now a long way to go on third and goal. looking to the end zone. Looking for a touchdown, but it's incomplete.
Hey, it's an incompletion, but it's a nice job by the quarterback. I know it didn't pan out, but the most important thing is he didn't turn the football over and he didn't take a sack. It'll give your kicker a chance to put some points on the board if they opt for the field goal here on 4th down.
Right down the middle. And with that, they regain the lead.
Well, you talk about a clutch kick. Good job by the snapper and the holder. The kicker gives them the lead. But remember, this one is certainly a long way from being over here in the 4th.
Here comes the Alabama offense onto the field. We're coming off a quick 3-and-out, so looking to put something together on this drive with a little more urgency. Across the 40 now. Oh, and nothing but green grass ahead. Past the 20. Touchdown, Alabama. And they take the lead in the 4th quarter. They're setting out to try to PAT. PAT up and good. So the lead is 4 here in the final quarter. Now they get set to kick it away. And the fair catch, signal for and take it. And the Florida offense is back out on the field now. The last possession, they moved it, but settled for a chip shot, so sort of an unsatisfying result. Looking to do more here. It's a quick grab. They tackle him at the 38. Solid gain. Nice play there. That's a nice pickup there. They find some space in the zone and pick up the 1st down.
Yeah, really nice call here, Chris, to be able to pick up this 1st down on this drag route. The quarterback does a nice job of being patient, waiting for that window to open up in that zone, and he put it right on the money for the receiver to have a chance to not just catch it, but eventually get the first.
Gain of 23 on the play. 1st down for the offense.
The offense really clicking here. Dropping back. It's Lagway. Catch made on the left side. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks. More than enough for a 1st down.
A running back who can take a check down like that and turn it into a gain can be a quarterback's best friend. And it's an easy way to rack up those touches and get the ball to your playmaker in the open field.
And he throws his 3rd interception of the day. Going the other way, can they stop him? At the 30 now. Inside the 10. Return to pick 6. Touchdown, Bama. And the interception taken to the house. A pick 6. Potential game-changing play there.
Man, nothing gets a defense, and especially a defensive coordinator, more fired up than a pick 6. And let's not forget, give credit to some of those other defenders for making some key blocks to spring that touchdown loose.
And he'll lead the kickoff right there. He'll start from the 25. The Gators offense retakes the field. Let's see if they can bounce back from that costly mistake last time, a pick 6. He's running out of time here. It's picked off again, the 4th for this QB today. They bring him down after a short return, but the takeaway at the 26-yard line is huge.
Oh, you feel terrible for this quarterback. He's played well all year. He's trying to make a play, trying to force it into coverage because they need points at this point in the game to try to advance into the next round of the playoffs. Puts it into coverage, and that's probably going to do it.
Alabama now operating in the red zone. Use the running game to chew on this clock now. They bring him down just short of the marker, inches away from a first down.
Love those positive yards on 1st and 10, and it's quite a first down. Looks like it'll bring 2nd and inches, but sure does open up the playbook here to be able to open up, maybe take a shot downfield.
So down here in the red zone, every yard tough to find. Here is a crucial play coming up. Takes the handoff. It's Haynes. Couldn't quite get there. Brought down at the 2.
Yeah, I like this call here late in a game like this with the lead. Nothing too fancy, just right up the middle. Trust that offensive line and this running back and just keep working that clock.
They'll try to muscle toward the end zone on the ground. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Chris, this is situational football. This is really where the great coaches separate themselves, because in these kind of situations, this is where you want to be able to score and kill the clock. Some teams do it better than others, and that's primarily coaching and execution and preparation. It'll be interesting to see how this offense navigates this spot of the field.
Urgency here in the 4th quarter. They must cut into this lead. It's 3rd down and goal. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Brings up 4th and goal.
Of course, in the playoffs,